Hello everybody, my name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, I kind of want to talk a little bit about everything in this video. I want to talk about more in detail about the game against the Warriors, because I felt like the game reaction that I uploaded a couple of hours ago was more of a rant based on the whole situation about the Ring of Honor stuff, and I don't really want to dive into that again. I just want to leave that alone and move on, because it's something that I just don't want to keep on thinking about and dragging on. But, you know, the whole point of a game reaction is to discuss the game, and I felt like that side of things was a little bit lackluster. But I also want to talk about the injury updates ahead of this Spurs game in a back-to-back situation. As much as Bulls fans might be upset right now for a variety of reasons, we can't forget there's still another game tomorrow. And we need to discuss how can we overcome and what do we need to do better to beat the San Antonio Spurs for the third time this season. But this San Antonio Spurs team looks like it's a much bigger threat than we have seen in the past. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, obviously the injury reports that are coming out, as well as just everything in between. So, first and foremost, I would like to apologize to some Bulls fans, because again, I don't want to drag it on, but I want to make it very clear that I don't think all Bulls fans are disgraceful. I feel like that's a given, but if those people took it as such, you know, oh my goodness, you know, Bulls fans are disgraceful, you know, I can't believe he said that. By the way, there's a movie's being played in the background, my bad. But anyway, if that's why you see the lightning changes. Yeah, I don't think all Bulls fans are disgraceful. I just think the ones that booed in that situation is disgraceful. Or they did a disgraceful act, and they need to be better. Okay? Now let's move on. Let's talk about what actually truly went wrong for the Chicago Bulls today. First and foremost, I want to talk about the offensive rebounding and the second chance points. This is the most obvious thing to me that went wrong. We had a bigger lineup. We had Vucevic, we had Drummond. Both of them didn't play well today. And we had a lineup that didn't really care about the offensive or defensive rebounding side of things. And it showed. We got absolutely destroyed. We got absolutely outworked in that department. Now, I say this all the time. Look, the one thing that the Bulls should have that no team should be able to do is the work ethic at home. You should always look to defend home court. You should always look to work harder than the other team at home. And I just felt like throughout the whole game, even the first half when we were up, that just didn't happen. I think we fell in love with the three-point line, which is another issue that we'll have to deal with. But the work ethic of this team, I felt like the Warriors worked harder in all four quarters, to be honest. The way that they moved, their player movement, their system was just on point. Everybody was moving. They were just struggling to score. But they were harder working, in my opinion, than the Chicago Bulls. And that is always going to end up causing major problems. If we won this game, great. But there's still a well-known fact, I would say, in that game that they outworked us. And I think the hustle stats will show that. The offensive rebounds will show that. The second chance points, all of that will show how much the Warriors outworked us at home. So we need to be better there. Against the Spurs, we must be better there. We need to learn to adapt to when a situation is being, I guess, thrown at us, all right? We had a great first half in terms of three-point shooting. It's amazing, right? But we ended up going 0 from 9 from the three-point line in the third quarter. We did not make a three. But I did not see a change in the Chicago Bulls mindset when it comes to the offensive end. And this is something maybe because young players are involved, maybe because the veterans maybe didn't really take control of the game as much as we would like. I don't have the specific reasons for that. But once the three-point shot was not working, surely at least 4 three-point shots don't fall in. You have to start making adjustments. But it's rather the opposite team. It was the Warriors that made that adjustment and not the Chicago Bulls. Steve Kerr kind of mentioned this in his press conference, how he had to do different type of zones, box and one and whatnot, to switch things up because their defensive scheme did not work in the first half. It should have been the Bulls making the adjustment. As soon as that 4-3 doesn't fall, in my eyes at least, you know, it could be different for different people. Maybe it's the first 2 threes that don't fall in. Whatever the case may be, you need to have the mindset to attack the paint. And I felt like that was sorely lacking outside of a select few people today. DeRozan and Kobe White to lead by example. Obviously, Kobe White had foul trouble. DeMar DeRozan had a great game. Simple as that. And again, I know there's ISO and hero ball in there, but in a game like this, where the Bulls struggled in the third quarter and DeMar DeRozan was the only one scoring, that's when I like to see DeMar DeRozan really shine in a game. When we need to see him shine in the game. Today was a game that we needed to see him shine, and he did shine. He kept us in the game. So yeah. Anyway, besides the point, attacking the paint. I don't know how we have Vucevic and Drummond in this game and we went nowhere near the paint. Who did the Warriors have? Kevon Looney, undersized center. To be fair, plays a little bit bigger than he actually is. Okay? Fair enough. Dario Saric, sorry, you could bully Dario Saric in the post. Don't give me excuses otherwise. Who else did they have? They had a couple of young guys that I'm sure the Bulls could have dominated as well. Simple as this. We approach the game wrong. And thankfully in the first half it worked. In the second half it did not. And the Warriors were the ones that made adjustments. That will lead to the third thing. Billy Donovan needs to be smarter in his tactics and his adjustments. Again, I feel like Billy Donovan plays the rotations more than he actually plays the adjustments. It's only when the Bulls are really down bad at the beginning of a game, maybe in the second quarter, that we truly see Billy Donovan play the adjustments. Maybe throw in a Dalen Terry in there. Or maybe there was at one point against the Cavs, he threw Vooch and Drummond in at the same time. But it's very rare. It doesn't happen a lot with Billy Donovan. That has to change. As simple as this. We got dominated on the rebounding. How can you not make it an effort to at least tell this team to rebound more or make an adjustment that allows this team to go a little bit bigger? Maybe this is a game you play Drummond and Vooch at the same time. I don't know. I don't know how it would have worked, but an adjustment is what is needed. Maybe you take Vooch out of the game for how badly he played on the defensive end. Look, Drummond didn't have a great game himself, but he was much better defensively, I would say. And maybe that's exactly what we needed out of that center position, because everybody else was scoring. We didn't need Vooch in the game for extended minutes, but that's exactly what we got. And I think that also came back to bite us. So I blame Billy Donovan for that. I blame the fact that we're switching Vucevic on Stephen Curry. I think that's a coaching issue more than a Vucevic issue. There's no way that we should be seeing Vucevic switch on Curry. I feel bad for Vucevic in many ways because he's going to get a lot of criticism, but he can't stop when they're telling Vooch to switch on to Curry. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, what are we doing here? You know, like, that's a coaching issue more than a Vucevic issue in my eyes. No center's going to stop Curry, especially Vucevic. So you had to make an adjustment there, simply not given. The pick-and-roll defense was awful. Again, those are just the things that went wrong for the Bulls that we must improve in the next game against the Spurs. But we need to discuss the San Antonio Spurs injury report because, again, it does favor the Chicago Bulls as we speak. No Victor Wembanyama for this upcoming game. Again, he got rested for the... I don't know. I think he played in the last game against Charlotte, but apparently he's going to be rested for this game against the Bulls. I don't know why. I don't really like the idea of rest, in certain situations, but maybe he's dealing with an injury that I'm unaware of, so I'm not going to really make drastic judgments. Doug McDermott, listed as, I guess, day-to-day. He could potentially be playing in this game against the Chicago Bulls, but he's on the injury report. No Zach Collins for this game against the Bulls as well. So that's two centers there for... no Zach Collins for the Spurs against the Bulls. So that's two centers right there for the Spurs that are going to be out. Look, if they don't change their ways and start attacking the paint with ferocity, then we could still be in trouble because the Spurs are on a streak at the moment, I believe. They're playing really good basketball, but there's two centers missing there. So it's time to get to work. Stop mucking around at the three-point line and get into the paint where you need to be in these types of games. Simple as that. Obviously, Sidi Sissoko, I don't know how to say his name, I apologize, won't be playing. And also, you've got Charles Bassi, another center, with a torn ACL, I believe, or tearing his left ACL. So, I don't know much about him either. That was a while ago. He's listed as out for the Spurs. So, three centers out for the Spurs. Again, I could tell you where the target is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Bulls fan. And yeah, I don't think it needs any self-explanatory here. It's very self-explanatory. Three centers out. We got two centers that are 7 foot tall. Get to work. Force San Antonio to double team that paint. Force San Antonio to give up the three-point shot. And you do that by putting your centers in the paint ready to dominate. And if they dominate, excellent. If they don't dominate, then big problems are going to come for the Chicago Bulls. It's simple as that. Plus, Wembanyama is one of the best center defenders in the league, and he's going to be out. There's no excuses anymore. There was no excuses against the Warriors. There's no excuses now. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. But yeah, thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. What do you think we need to improve on in the next game? I'm sure there's a lot of reasons, a lot of things. I apologize for the movie in the background, but yeah, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.